Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the recent leaks for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and theories for the next installment, so let's get into it. Starting off with the first leak, a 4chan user claims that there'll be a third playable character in the game and you cannot free roam with them. However, the play style is a lot more aggressive compared to Spider-Man, and apparently this playable character uses smoke, projectiles and some sort of organic tentacle. Now right off the bat you're probably thinking it's Venom, but the 4chan user says it's either Black Suit Spider-Man or Yuri. I don't know how it can be Yuri, but I guess we'll see. My theory is that it's Kraven, judging from the projectiles, but then again though, the tentacle kind of like throws that theory out in the water. As with always, take these leaks with a huge grain of salt, because anyone could just type this up, upload it and say that it's going to be in the game and it'll just pop off. So, you know, personally I think this leak is kind of bollocks, to be honest. So yeah. The next leak that we're going to be talking about states that every suit in the game will have a black suit variant. Now, if you remember in my last video of the top 5 suits I want to see, this was something that I said I wanted to see. Well, it turns out from a credible source that this might actually be a possibility. For Peter anyway, I don't know about Miles, but for Peter, every suit will have a black suit variant. Now I don't know how this is going to work, I don't know whether it's going to be cosmetic or it's going to be cosmetic and it actually like changes the playstyle. Hopefully it's the second option, because I would like to I don't know, go around in like the Raimi suit and like have like all the black suit abilities. That would be cool. Moving on to some of the leaked villains. Now obviously we know Venom is in the game, but also apparently there are 3 other villains. First one being Mysterio, the next one being the Lizard, and the final one being Kraven. Now Kraven's already confirmed and so is the Lizard, kind of. So at the end of Miles Morales, if you remember, the Lizard was teased by Dr. Kirk Connors being the one that releases Harry from the symbiote chamber, and Kraven we can obviously hear in the trailer. Now what I think is, at the beginning of the game it'll be Mysterio and Lizard as like, you know, the starter villains, and I reckon Miles will be going after Lizard and Peter will be going after Mysterio, or vice versa. And then once Peter gets the black suit, he'll go up against Kraven. Kraven will beat him, making the black suit go on to Harry or maybe Eddie, and then Venom comes to fruition, and then boom, Venom's the final villain, the final boss. That's how I see it playing out. It probably won't play out like that, but that's my theory. Another credible leak suggests that the traversal system for the game is going to be revamped. Now, due to the PlayStation 5's updated hardware and its SSD, traversal is going to be 1.8 times faster. I don't know how much faster that is, but that's just what the leak states. And there's going to be a new grapple ability. So what I'm assuming is, my theory is this is going to be like a symbiote tendril kind of thing. So if you're in the black suit, you can grapple onto ledges using like the tendril. Say like when you're web zipping and you run out of web zips, you can use the tendril to grapple and pull yourself even further. Now this next leak, personally, I don't think is real. I don't think it's credible, but I just thought I'd share it. Apparently the post-credit villain will be Carnage. Now there's 2 things wrong with this. First of all, I mean, it makes sense considering the symbiote is now in the game, but why would it be Carnage? Like I can't see it happening. Where would he come from? My theory is that the villain for the 3rd game will be Green Goblin, because I have a feeling Harry will die and then that'll turn Norman into like some psychopath and he'll just go fuck it and become Green Goblin. That's my theory, but I thought I'd share this leak, even though I'm pretty sure it has no like credible source behind it, and I just found it and I just thought, Carnage, that's cool, I'll just share it. Another leak suggests that in certain missions of the story you'll be switching between Miles and Peter. So this leak claims that if you're playing a mission as Peter and you finish that mission, Peter will be like out of the action and you'll switch to Miles, chasing up a lead from that last mission that you did. Now this honestly makes a lot of sense, considering in the trailer we've seen Miles and Peter fight together, and I think they're really going to push like this, not co-op, but like 2 character dynamic, kind of like how in GTA 5 you have 3 playable characters. I feel like they'll do that with Miles and Peter. This next leak is a leak talking about playing as Venom after the main story. Now, if you remember in Ultimate Spider-Man, you could do this same thing, and it was incredible. Like, if Insomniac bring back this feature, that will be insane, and I can honestly see them doing it, to be honest. And I reckon it's that 3rd playable character that we discussed earlier on in the video. If they do this, I want them to like get rid of that health bar timer that Ultimate Spider-Man had, where like the more time you had as Venom, your health bar would go down. You'd have to like drain people's life to like restore your own. I want them to get rid of that feature. I just want to be able to go full like power Venom and just go hard, because that'll just be insane. Now for my personal theories on how the game's story is going to go. So I feel like we're going to start off right where Miles Morales finished. I feel like we're just going to see Miles and Peter just, you know, clearing up New York of all of its crime, just doing well. But behind the scenes we'll see Norman experimenting more with Harry and the symbiote, and as that's going on, I think we'll see Peter and Miles go up against Lizard and Mysterio, and then I reckon some way down at some part in the story, Peter will somehow get the symbiote, and that's when Norman Osborn will pay Craven to retrieve the symbiote back from Peter, so he can cure Harry. But obviously Peter's not going to be giving it up, because he's going to be on some sort of mad power trip. Like, the black suit's just going to be going nuts, and so I feel like this is where we'll see Miles and Peter have kind of a falling out, because Miles will be seeing how much of a dick Peter's becoming. So I feel like for that part of the game, Miles will be doing his own thing, like distancing himself from Peter, not like going against him, because I don't think Peter will turn evil, but like I feel like Miles will just say like fuck you to Peter and move on. And then I feel like Peter will remove the symbiote after beating Craven. Maybe seeing Miles leave his side might like change his mind on this black suit and see what it's doing to him, and he'll rip it off. And then that's when I feel like it'll either find its way back to Harry, or, now this is a big or, it'll find its way to Eddie Brock. Now, a lot of people have said that they don't want Harry to be Venom, because it's kind of like a cliche, oh no, you're my best friend, I don't want to fight you. But the thing is, Insomniac could probably write it really well, because I feel like it'd make less sense if it just found its way to Eddie Brock conveniently. Like, I want it to go back to Harry. I feel like Harry being Venom adds a lot of depth to Venom and adds a lot of emotion to the final fight that'll go down. That's all my theories for the story as it goes, and I feel like Green Goblin will be teased at the end of the game, because you know Insomniac love doing villain teasers at the end of every game. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.